Because Tom worked during one summer, he did painting and other hard labor for the cancer center, Fox Chase Cancer Center, and the other young guys there who were not really even high school, But one of them said to the older workmen, I really like soccer, and they said, don't come in here anymore. I mean, it's the Eagles. That's it. There isn't anything else.
I have a question for you. I was waiting for Ann to finish pumping to ask this. And what do you think about what Rendell said about the fact that they canceled the football game?
Oh, he's an idiot. Somebody wrote into him and said, fine, let your chauffeur off for the night. You drive in and park at the football stadium in the blizzard. I said, would you do that? I taught the governor's son when I was at university, right? His name was David Lawrence, and the governor was David Lawrence. And he went home, the trooper picked him up to go home on vacation. And they'd go through the toll gates and they'd salute. I said, well, we can't all live that way, but he lived very well for those 4 years or whatever it was.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to ask you what you thought about the mayor, the governor.
He's an idiot. Well, they got him back because they cleaned the
they cleaned it, but they put a big pile of
snow and said "seat for wussies" or something like that.
Did they?
Yeah, they put a big blob of snow on his chair.
Well, he takes things with some humor.
His chair.
He was
he's season's ticket holder.
He was a terrific mayor of Philadelphia. He was in for 8 years. And 7 of the 8 years, he was excellent. The last year, he did a lot of dumb things. Like these whole group of houses sank into the ground because of the underpinning creek or something. He didn't even go over to look at them, But he was a very good governor for almost all his 8 years. He's very good. He's just good. He's a New Yorker.
I was going to say,
he came to Philadelphia to go to the University of Pennsylvania. That's why he came as a student. And his mother's still living. And they said to his mother, how did your son ever get to be mayor of Philadelphia and governor of Pennsylvania? He said, I don't know. She said, I did something wrong, I guess. It was funny. And his wife is a federal judge.
Wow.
Midge Rendell. But he was very good. I have nothing against him. The income governor, of course, is a Republican, as is everybody.
Who is that?
Corbett is his name. He will be a disaster. But at any rate, he says, I will have no taxes. Of course, this is just nonsense. Of course he will raise the taxes. He has to. We're $12 billion in debt. He has no choice. But you have to say that to get elected.
Sure.
So he did. But anyhow, one thing I completely agree with him, he wants to get rid of the idiotic state stores, the liquor stores.
Oh, the liquor store. You can't buy liquor on Sunday.
5 governors have tried.
So what's the alternative?
You go to the grocery store.
Oh, okay.
You
go
get private
anywhere.
liquor stores. I mean, these are state-owned.
Right.
That gin out there was 50% of what I pay in Philadelphia.
Oh, that's
because
on
they're
tape.
state-owned stores.
That's on tape.
Why?
That's on tape. 50%.
That's on tape. Well,
Right.
no, you're going to be bootlegging.
Oh, bootlegging. No, because they're
You're
full-page ads in the paper, full-page ads every day for Wilmington and New Jersey. Every day.
He's gonna
Nobody
be-
buys liquor in Philadelphia.
Uncle Edward's bootlegging.
Nobody buys liquor in Philadelphia. Everybody, because we go across the bridge. We're in New Jersey.
Exactly. Why should you?
Now, if you're in the middle of the state, you're stuck.
Right.
And the state liquor stores in the middle of the state are open only 2 days a week. So you want liquor during the week? Tough.
But you can buy beer.
At a different
often.
place. You can't buy beer where you buy wine.
Yeah.
Impossible.
Or liquor.
Now, what was the
Beer is at the beer distributor. Would you like a 6-pack? Can't get it.
Case.
Impossible. You have to buy a case. It's ridiculous.
It's all
not
like
nearly-
blue. It's like blue laws, right?
Hughes said it's a union of, huh?
What was the rationale to
The
split
union
up?
of the Baptists and the bootleggers. The bootleggers want to have their own private supplies being sold, and the Baptists think that liquor is evil. And so if you have state stores, then nobody will drink. This was the theory, really. And currently, when they want to get rid of them, the head of the state liquor board all said, oh, this will encourage teenage drinking. Do you believe this?
Are you serious?
There's not one single shred of evidence that has anything to do with it. Nothing. The only state left, I think, is what? New Hampshire has state stores. I think there are only
They
2
do
of them.
have a state store.
That's
New
about
Hampshire
it.
Does. Right on the border.
But oh my God, it's just ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
Massachusetts.
But see, the legislature is bought and paid for. The union pays them huge millions of dollars so that they can keep in business. The clerks in the liquor stores are making $100,000 a year easily.
Wow.
Yeah, the whole system is just totally corrupt. I admit that it's better than the 50s. When I first went up there, I had to buy the liquor for the house because I was in charge of the food over in the community there, and so I had to go out and buy the liquor up the street at the state store. And it was one of those storefronts with the metal screens pulled down, and you go in and there's a counter. That's all there is a counter. And you have a paper-bound catalog, and you look in there, you want a 5th of scotch, you have to look it up as number 8152 or something, and you order number 8152. You're not allowed to order it as a 5th of scotch. You're not allowed to ask the clerk whether it's good or bad scotch. You're not allowed it. You have to order it by number only. And he goes in the back and gets it and brings it out. That was the state store system. So you have the improvement, of course. I mean, now they have real stores. You go in with a shopping cart and all. But if they hadn't done that, they'd be out of business years before now.
Wow.
You know, but they still stay in business. I don't know how they do it. 4 governors have tried, desperately tried, and they can't get rid of them. Rendell never even tried.
Some corruption, maybe.
Money, mostly, well, corruption and money. Yeah.
Income.
And of course, still the fundamentalists, the Baptists, who think that if you have liquor available, not only the teenagers, but even worse, the black people will get liquor to drink, and they don't want that. See, it's very upsetting to them. So you know what fundamentalists are like. See, your Presbyterians are not fundamentalists, but believe me.
My brother's a fundamentalist.
Well, Joe Devlin was always the same. He said, Pennsylvania is Pittsburgh in the west, Philadelphia in the east, and Alabama in between. And that's about right.
Yeah.
They're ultra right-wing conservatives, you know, and it's just depressing. Let me
They
go,
call 'em
which reminds me of something.
Pennsyltucky.
Huh?
Pennsyltucky.
Pennsyltucky.
Yeah. What, will you stop taking video? How do you stop this person?
If you don't.